Good afternoon, friends. Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live, and I apologize. I got in a little bit late this evening here in Sunbright, Tennessee, so it's going to be tomorrow before I can really dig in deep into giving you an update on this war that is taking place in Gaza. It is absolutely a tragedy. It is a crime. It's a crime what Hamas did. I agree with that. And quite frankly, as I have watched the battle going on even in the Knesset, the far right-wing hardliners of Netanyahu calling on every crazy idea you can imagine, only to incite Hamas more, that would cause the death of these hostages to begin with. And the families of the hostages crying out, fighting tooth and nail the Knesset, the bitter fights that are going on there. And then what's even worse, I see this video that's aired on Twitter called Israeli Children Sing, "We Will Annihilate Everyone in Gaza." And I listened to it. It's in Hebrew, but yes, it's exactly what they're calling on. I'm blown away by the insensitivity, the inhumanity. More than 5,000 children are dead. And we're also going to be breaking down the IDF's little propaganda video that they did to try to say that Al-Shifa Hospital was being used as a headquarters for Hamas. Oh, they made a lot of mistakes in their rush to try to make it look like Hamas was there. We're going to break it down step by step. The terror tunnel, an elevator shaft, for example. Oh, I'm sorry, grenades next to an MRI machine. Remember, that is a magnetic resonant machine. In other words, you don't put grenades next to a machine that when it powers up, it's going to suck up all the metal in the first place. That's a good way to kill everybody in the hospital, isn't it? The actress that was an Israeli soldier used in the video footage. The staged computer, they ended up having to do 2 takes because there was an IDF guy on the computer the first time around. We're going to be going into every bit of this where they're trying to justify their bombing and killing of the civilians. Just like the song the children sing, though. It's really for annihilation. It is for a genocide. And I'm also going to show you why all these world leaders and these politicians in America side with Israel. You're going to find out the real reason why they don't say nothing against it. They don't call for a ceasefire. Kirby also, John Kirby, the biggest liar at the White House I've ever seen. Oh, Hamas was committing genocide, but Israel doesn't commit genocide. With Israel, yeah, it's a large number of deaths. You know, granted, 1,400 dead Israelis from Hamas is quite a few. But we're finding out also, though, that Israel killed several hundred of those Israelis as well in crossfire. Whether you want to call it accident or whatever, the Israelis were killing their own people. Still, Hamas has a large number of deaths. I don't doubt that a single bit. But in comparison, let's say Hamas killed all 1,400. Compare that to what, 14,000 Palestinian civilians that are dead? It'd be one thing if it was Hamas fighters that they were eliminating, but it's not. Over 5,000 children. Think of the absurdity. And yet, the calls, support for Israel to continue to genocide. You know, that's not Israel. You need to think about where you stand at. Do you stand for the release of Barabbas to be a murderer, or do you stand with Jesus Christ? Seems very obvious, though, today, Barabbas is who's called upon to be released. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Good evening.